Right, let me just make sure. What happened was, I thought I had an hour extra, but yeah, the clock went back an hour, so I had an extra hour. Thought, let me try and straighten my hair. It took longer than what I thought it was going to take, and so I had to end up cutting my ends, and it took longer than an hour, so I just overran a little bit. But I was so not ready. I was like, oh my god, it's gone the time. I'm still cutting my hair. Okay, so that's on. I've had my breakfast. I've brushed my hair, I could do all these things, and right, so that's done. I don't like being late. I'm very punctual. I'm a very punctual person, so I don't like being late and rushing. So yeah. I mean, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, so it's not too bad. It's not an hour and 15 minutes. Unless you were here an hour earlier, then it'll be an hour. 15, right, so, okay. I have some breakfast here, so I'll try and eat. Oh dear. So. And breathe. Let me just share the link on Facebook as well. I haven't done that yet. Yeah. Copy. The YouTube's really behind. Wow. My phone. So welcome. So welcome to the podcast. So I do these broadcasts twice a week. I do them on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. And if you want to ask questions about non-duality during the broadcast, then you have to friend me on Skype. Friend me on Skype first, and then you can send questions or call in and speak to me live during the stream. So just friend me on Skype to ask questions. See, my grey hair ones haven't straightened as well. They might need more, or they've recurled up again. I don't know. Might need more of a stretch. Yeah, that's the way it works. And what tends to happen is I sit quietly for a while and then do an introduction, and then I open it out for questions to come in. So I'm going to put the heating on. I can feel the chill starting in my legs. I just feel how wonderful that this gets to happen. That speaking about this beauty gets to happen. So how wonderful. Sorry, my lips are a bit dry. that this gets to happen, to be expressed. So what I'm talking about is the freedom that is, the peace that is, the love that is, already is. That's what's being spoken about and pointed to, is that which is already. It's not something that quiet in time. It's not something that somebody has. It can't be owned by anyone. That's why it's so beautiful. It's free. And it is. So this is pointing to that freedom, to that love, to that isness, to that beingness that is. And it's also exposing that illusion, that dream, that's saying that I am somebody. I am this limitation. I am something separate from everything else. And that sense of separation from everything else is trying to find and own and have this completion, trying to have this thing it thinks is a thing to make it feel complete and feel whole. To that freedom that is looked for, just pointing it out, but it's also exposing that which is trying to acquire that freedom. It's just a dream happening, a play happening. That just seems to happen in the human form. This dream of separation, that I exist and I'm moving through time to my future, to my happiness, to me acquiring it in time. So it's always trying to find the path to it, that the practice to it, the methods to it. Because it feels uncomfortable being separate, being something. So this is a pointing beyond that story, beyond that dream, to that which is free, to that which is beyond that story, beyond that sense of contraction. And it's singing the song of love, it's singing the song of isness, of beingness, it's singing freedom. is that? I think my mum also likes punctuality. She likes people to be on time. She doesn't like people being late. Yeah, I got that off her, I think. The conditioning of, you know, punctuality. But I'm a lot less anal about it. This is very much oh, sorry, I was meant to cough this way. Microphone's here. So you're free to ask questions. More might come out later, but you're free to ask questions. Oh, let's go online on Skype. So on the human, just thinking on the human level, so the human, there's this understanding of the human, the understanding of the human's conditioning, the pattern of the human. So beautiful, like the unraveling or the understanding of how that human is, what it's picked up from you know, conditioning from other people, the family, what seems to run in the family, so genetically, the pass on, and whatever that body's been through, so its own conditioning through what it's been through, experienced. I just love that. I really, really love that part. I'm enjoying that part. That doesn't seem to end. That's going to continue. Understanding the human, understanding the traumas of the human, and the humans It's just a human. Like the brain seems to, I don't know, understand the stuff, or there's just this understanding that seems to grow. And I'm well aware that the neo-advaita won't enjoy that part. They'll say, no, no, no. It can't be, because they want the end. But the end is the end of the suffering, is the end of that person. The human has to, the human's alive, the human is a part of this. Still beating while the human's still interacting. Conditioning is going to be the patterns and the habits and the traumas and the interacting happening. The freedom was never about that stopping or that ending. In that stopping. And the freedom is that, and the end of that, end of suffering, not end of pain or the end of pain, but end of suffering, of it happening to someone. That sense of being in here and experiencing emotions or experiencing life, that is the end of suffering. It's never been about the pain. It's been about the claimer, the one who feels that they exist. To understand it intellectually, it's impossible to, because you only see pain as suffering. You only see appearances as suffering. You can't help it. You'll see anger as being someone being angry, someone suffering, and it isn't. You'll only see it in a particular, you think it's about a particular behavior. So I've been asked recently about triggers, and recently I realized what a trigger could be. I just thought, oh, maybe like if I go to not a farm, but well, maybe no. Can't say that word very well. The zoo. I go to a zoo. A zoo. I go to a zoo. I went. It was last year. I went to a water park in Tenerife, and And I really get triggered in places like that. I really do. Like I just feel like doing these tricks and things, and penguins doing these tricks with hoops, and I see that, look around and see all the audience like cheering on and yeah, yeah, yeah. And I really feel this like anger come up. I feel so angry in those situations. I see animals performing. It reminds me of a Roman Colosseum. I get so like, just this complete rage comes up. It really does. I really don't like those. Really a trigger here. I went to a zoo with my husband a few years ago, and I think we were vegan at the time, and seeing the animals caged up, but to see them in cages, I just get this. We're both like walking around like just so unhappy. Could be linked to slavery as well. A slavery kind of feeling of slavery, animals being caged or performing for the humans, and the humans are like, yeah, 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 Roman Colosseum. I just don't like it. So that triggers anger. That triggers a lot of yeah, just yeah, yeah. A lot of rage comes. So that could be seen as like, oh, that's ego, or that's identity or something negative. But I don't see that as being an issue here. I'm totally okay with that rage coming in that moment. I'm so okay with that. This body reacts like that in that situation. It tends to avoid going to zoos or I might go to maybe Africa and see animals, running free on a trek or something, safari. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't tend to, yeah. So, but I feel totally okay with that reaction coming up. I just turned from like being all to being like humans. Just like, yeah. So that happens here. That could be a trigger, I guess. Oh God. So I'm not a perfect person or a perfect human. Not at all. Not at all. But yet, it's so perfect. This human is so perfect. So perfect. All of her. I'm a Leo as well, so I'm quite fiery. I've got a fiery energy in me as well. Sometimes that comes. But I love that part too. And this is the freedom, not in the human necessarily change. It can improve and change in certain situations, but that isn't the freedom. That isn't the freedom. It's not found in the human being a particular way or a particular expression of the human. It's just the freedom is the collapse of it happening to someone, the emptying out of that of someone. Of the human being owned by someone. And then the human freely being the human. Whatever's coming out, coming out. That's the freedom. We have no questions today. Maybe I'm talking too much. Me talk too much? Just thinking about how when you're like seeing a speaker or a teacher or something, you want the teacher or the speaker to be higher. So, yeah, higher. And for that to affirm your position of lower follower. And if you saw their human qualities, or you saw them, I don't know, going to a toilet or just being human, like being human, then you wouldn't be able to hold them up so high. You couldn't have that position as being, yeah. So if you hear the speakers having sex with students or something, a lot of people are outraged and they're having sex. They're doing these human things. They're not beyond the human behaviors. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting. We want someone to be beyond human, to escape the humanness of this and give us hope of escaping being human. Be like my teacher and be beyond human, beyond emotions, beyond behaviors. Yeah, it's really interesting. Because the seeker wants to be a seeker. He wants to exist as that seeker. So it needs something to seek for. It needs there to be a higher teacher so you can seek to become that. Wow. Mm. My computer hums really loudly. It must need cleaning or something. Do I open it and clean it? I would normally do something like that as well. That's from my being poor, my poor poverty conditioning. I was trying to save money and do things myself. So with no questions coming in, so I might I came on a bit late, didn't I? I came on at 1:45, so I'll wait a bit longer. We'll see. Yeah, I need to gel the ends, I think. Might try gelling the ends. So it keeps it a bit more yeah. Should I swim today or not? Wow. It looks warm out there. I might go swimming. Okay. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. What's being looked for is what is happening. What is happening? It's not happening to someone. It's happening. Life is happening. Pointed to. Life is happening. The raw immediacy. This is home. This is freedom. It's not in future. It's not in time. This is it. Just to mention again, while I remember, if you're in Holland or and want to come to a talk, please email me at rebekahmaroon@gmail.com. And I'll put your name on the potential list for yeah. So just send me. How does that sentence end? I don't know. Just send me an email and I'll put you on the list. Okay. Thank you, and I'll see you on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Okay. Bye.